You bought a house, but now it's important that you will go through the checklist regarding the future rewire. Most of the properties in United Kingdom quite old, and when you buy them, you know, the first thing which you will consider to do electrical rewire, and together I would like to go through this. If you don't, there's something happened, and that's the story. The lady which I know called me to give her quotation for a rewire, and she had, I believe, about 20 extension leads in a house, and she said, 5 years ago I bought a house, I knew actually I need to do the rewire, but I didn't really had funds in that time, but now she realized the rewire will cost her even more than would have been if she would have done rewire that time. So I would like to pass this knowledge and this experience to everyone, and may this will be a kind of wake-up call, encouragement, or something, you know, and ideas for those who bought the property and you're about to enter into the house. So let's start with the first point, thing which you need to take in consideration. Start with how you actually live. Yeah. So take in consideration your place of you, the way how you are. What we realize when we do rewires, that every person is different, and they want their sockets and switches and lights and spotlights and fan, extracting fan, hood and outside lights and so forth in their own way. So we people are different, the way how we do things are different. So, for example, I would like to ask you some questions. Where you will have your sofa, it's very important. So, for example, you have a sofa in certain position, that will determine where the sockets will be. Another question which I would like to ask you, have you thought where your TV will be? Because that will show where the lower level socket and higher level socket will be exactly positioned in the middle, and even the TV will be dictated by the position of the sofa, and take that in consideration. Another question which I would like to ask you is, it's where will your work from home or you're not? Most of them, not most, lots of people today work from home. So that determines again more sockets they require in their bedroom office, sort of to say. So take that in consideration, even internet connection and so forth. Another small detail, but it's so important in our life, where you charge your phone. So consider in the living room when you are on a sofa, where will be the place where you will charge, because you would like to place a USB-C socket. Big, you know, larger families will require more cables, and when you are at the telly with a family or whatever, you want to have a place where to plug in. Yeah. So another question which I would like to ask you is, where will you dry your hair? I say that because of my wife, you know, and unfortunately, I didn't thought where she will dry her hair, because I didn't have a socket there. The socket was completely in different place. So what I did extended the socket later on and put it in a cupboard and so forth. And I would like to pass this experience to you. Please have a thought. Usually where you would dry your hair, that you would like to be able to plug in easily your hair dryer, and where your lights will be positioned. All of these questions, I hope they will go through your mind right now. If you're about to buy a house or you just bought a house, this will help you very much to take a good decision about the future. Now, point 2, the major thing which we need to consider is about bedrooms, and measure first, then establish the position of the sockets. If you already been in the house and you know the sizes of the bedroom, then this will be good for you to precisely to put on the wall the markings where the bed will be, where the bedside cupboard, and that will determine where your sockets will be. You know, it's unpleasant when we usually go to do electrical rewire, and the people want to move quickly in a house, and they are just, okay, whatever, just put a socket here, put a socket there, yeah, approximately the bed will be here. Then you know what, later on they say, Vasil, how much will be for you to move the socket? But we will damage the wall. Yeah, what can we do? You know, they know that it's painful. Why that happened? Because there was that a momentary rush, you know, to engage into deciding, just put the sockets there. So I hope you can learn from here, and you will know exactly the position of your bed. So we spoke about all of this, and this will determine exactly where your sockets will be. So on the point 2, which I would like for you to have a thought, it's about the bedroom. So now it's much more clear. And, you know, this is not all. There's many other items to be thinking about it. So I would like to go to the point 3, which is very insignificant thing, but can create big problems. Hallway and stairs. Don't create hazards on hallway and stairs. We had customers which they wanted for us to put a socket exactly when you step out from the landing down, and downstairs in the hallway right at the entrance. That becomes a problem because you plug in the Hoover. You know, your cable from the Hoover just spread around. Someone passes and they can trip, and it happened for them to trip, and they nearly had a very bad fall. Since that moment, we are encouraging as much as possible avoid these kind of situations, placing the socket very close to the stairs, either in the hallway downstairs or the landing. This is important thing, isn't it? We would think, what? Yeah, it is important because, you know, we would like to advise properly. And if you call an electrician, may the electrician be advised and encourage him, oh, please avoid that because you have knowledge. Fourth step, which we will look into considering the Rewire, lighting the rooms. And okay, step 4, it's about living room. So in step 4, I would like for you to consider in the living room, how many sockets you need. I personally, 8 sockets. Please don't think. And I'll tell you why. I have a sofa on left-hand side, and I have another sofa at the right-hand side. I have 2 sockets in each side of the sofa. It makes 4. I have the window, and it kind of window, it's deepened, you know, and I have sockets on each side. We have piano in the middle. Now, piano, it's plugged in. Sometimes charger it's plugged in. Also, I have another socket at the far pass of the sofa, and all of them, believe me or not, in use. And later on, I added another socket behind the telly, so I have actually 3 double sockets behind the telly. I used to have some extension leads, and I said no, I don't want it. So please consider all of these details, even if that will affect the price. But having up to 8 sockets, nothing bad about it. And any critics, they can be critics from themselves. But take in consideration all of this because they are tremendous and very useful. Step 5, where is the most time we spend? Kitchen, of course, kitchen. Kitchen and bathrooms requires a great attention. If you're planning to change the kitchen, before the Rewire, will be good for you to have someone to come and do the measurements. I don't know from where you buy your furniture, from Wix or from B&Q or from other suppliers, or you have a kitchen fitter, but you need a drawing precisely where your washing machine will be, tumble dryer will be, the fridge freezer, the cooker over extracting hood, all of this so important. So would like that you would precisely know what to advise electrician, because electrician will not know. Most of electrician probably would like just to do the job and go, you know, and you will end up having 3-4 sockets, you know, above the worktop, and few switch spurs might be in the wrong places. So that's why it's very good to take this in consideration. The most important thing is the light. When the spots are done, please mind this. If you like worktop, it's here, yes, and the light it's right about here, you will have a shade where your worktop is. So you need to take in consideration for asking the electrician to put a spotlight a bit more forward towards worktop. That will be one solution. If that's not possible, then think about undercovered lights, which is very important. If you are not affording financially to do undercovered lights with LED strips, with the colors and so forth, don't worry about that. At least ask electrician to bring the cable and leave it there where the cupboards will be fitted. So he has in both sides, every drop point to have cable. And later on, that can be addressed. It's so important, because we had customers who came back to us and they wanted us to install undercovered lights, but we needed to do some damage, cut the walls and things like that. You know, that's why we would like to pass again this experience and knowledge to you. On the 6th step, we would like to address the other future checklists which you might consider. So before you finalize a Rewire, this is what you need to think. Do I want speakers? The question is, do you want speakers? Most of the speakers today are Wi-Fi. You can carry the speaker here and there. But we still have customers who would like wired speakers. I prefer wired. I don't like Wi-Fi. So I have in the kitchen, I have 4 speakers, two in the kitchen and 2 in a dining. I have in a bathroom, I have in a hallway, 4 speakers in a living room. When I did my speakers, I didn't afford to do the speakers in the living room. So what I did, I just left the cables there. I took the measurements, and later on, after a year, I put the speakers. So just an advice, have a thought about this. Have a thought about alarm. Do you want a wired alarm or wireless alarm? Wireless alarm, you need every year or 2 years, you need to change the batteries, and sometimes it becomes frustrating. Think about the doorbell. Do you want wired doorbell or you want a battery doorbell? Usually 10 to 10 customers, they come back and they want us to wire the doorbell because really creates problem for them because they need to charge the battery so often. Another thing we would like to consider, do you want your CCTV security to be wired or wireless? So these all are important. Let's say you want wired, but you're not affording that time to pay for it. At least you can pay for wires to be dropped in a certain position outside for future CCTV. It's very handy. So all of these details take in consideration, and hopefully they will be of much use and helpful for you to decide when you think about electrical rewire. We will come further with many other ideas and proposals in this matter. If you want, I can give you a simple advice or guidance about your future electrical rewire. Please drop a comment in this matter. So we will be more than happy to respond to anyone who wants a little bit of advice. If you give us a drawing and you would like some guidance, then we'll be more than happy to give you advice. When you bring an electrician to do your electrical rewire and you would like to have a second opinion, we will be happy to spend 5 minutes with you and give you an opinion about a certain situation. So you're more than welcome, and thank you for watching. And drop a comment, give us a like. That really helps us in the future to help others. So the word of encouragement, of enlightenment in this matter of electrical rewire to pass.